Okay, so I just got this right here and I'm so pumped about it. I'm actually very, very excited. This is going to be the GoPro Volta. And again, this is going to be such an exciting thing. I'm pumped to do a lot of vlogs and I'm pumped to test this out. So if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Here in this channel, we talk about tools that's going to help you out make better content. So we're going to talk about a bunch of different things and I show you things that I do here in YouTube as well. Today we're gonna unbox the GoPro Volta, and I was so excited yesterday that I opened it up. And you know what? I wanted to wait, but I didn't. I just opened it up. But I want to show you how it comes here in this video. So this is gonna be the box that you're gonna receive, right? And it looks just like this. Obviously, this is gonna be a grip that is going to help you extend the battery or your GoPro, and it's just going to be really, really beneficial. This is something that a lot of people were doing in the past, different kind of ways, kind of like FYI kind of styles, but GoPro decided to actually have one that does that, you know, native to the company, and you can kind of see it right here. This is the control right there, and again, this is kind of how it comes. Here is the box. I got some paperwork in there, obviously. So the grip is going to come into this right here, and you're going to have the grip, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you good details on it. You're going to have a USB-A to USB-C cable, as you can see right here. It's actually marked GoPro as well. You're going to have one of these thumb strips right here. If you have a GoPro, you're probably going to have several of this, and you're going to have this little door for your GoPro that, as you can see, has space for the cable to go in there. Obviously, you're going to be replacing the one that you currently have for this. Just keep in mind when you do that, is no waterproof no more. It's going to provide some kind of weather resistant, but it's not going to be waterproof. And obviously, you're going to have the grip right here, right? So this is what you're going to have. You're also going to have this little attachment right here if you want to attach it to your arm or something like that so you don't drop it. So I'm going to give you a pretty decent look at it so you can see what we're working here with. So essentially, obviously, you have your regular attachment right here for GoPro, standard attachment that you are used to seeing. Right here on the side has a button. When you press it, it's going to bring this attachment as well. So again, another attachment that you could utilize for whatever application you want right there. If you want to attach a light or something like that, you may be able to work something out right there, right? So we're going to close this up, and to close it, you actually have to press the button and then bring it down. Now, I'm going to tell you, the grip feels good. It feels kind of thick in a way, but at the same time, it feels like it's good enough to hold. Like it's not going to go nowhere. Like you have really positive control of this grip. It feels a little bit heavier, but not as much. It feels like it's a really good piece of equipment that you're going to have control, that you're going to hold well. And it does feel a little tiny heavy, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal at all. Now, from here, you have this legs that kind of come out, and I kind of like that because obviously you go like this and then you could set it up this way somewhere, right? So a lot of times I don't want to put my camera on the floor. I don't want to do one of this because I don't want to have my camera on the floor. So it's kind of nice to be able to get this just like that, right? Open it up and put it like that. Now, I don't know what kind of footage you're going to be able to get out of this because obviously you don't have some kind of bowl right here where you have the opportunity to align your camera for that perfect frame. So I don't know how good this is going to be. Probably not going to be as good. But again, you could put it like this and you don't have to set your camera on the floor. And then right here, you're going to have some of the control. Obviously, this is going to be Bluetooth. This cable right here is going to be to charge the GoPro, and this is going to be Bluetooth right there. So in theory, you don't even have to connect it. You could take the GoPro, put it somewhere, and as long as you are connected via Bluetooth, you could control your camera. Maybe you want to put it in a place, you know, kind of away from you, kind of turn it on, turn it off. You could do that because this is actually a remote control. But again, it's kind of nice to be able to do this and be able one-handed be able to operate your camera. Okay, so I got my GoPro Hero 9 right here. I just want to point out that this thumb screw right here is actually slimmer than this. So you kind of have to be careful because if you have one that is kind of thick, it's going to push your GoPro to the side with the media mod. So with this one right here being a little bit slimmer, your GoPro kind of sits right there nice and level. Very, very nice. And obviously now we're going to connect it. Now I got the media mod, right, which I love. I love this thing because you could attach a microphone, a couple all the different things. But technically you would replace the door and then this would attach to this right here like that, right? Obviously I have the media mod. I cannot do that. I'm gonna have to attach it right here. So you do kind of have to give yourself a little bit more slack. I kind of figured out that if I go like this and I open this cable a little bit more, I could get a little bit more, you know, kind of stretch it a little bit, and now it's stretched right there. It kind of feels like that, as you can see right there. So again, really, really nice. So now you obviously have your battery right here, plus you have a battery in here. If I press right here, it kind of gives me a level of the battery. And again, there's different settings in here. Obviously, my battery is charging right now. When I press there, my GoPro started to charge, excuse me. And there's, settings, recording, and a couple of the things that it has in here that I need to work through and figure out. But the whole point of this is to be able to have more battery. Recently, I went to Tennessee and I ran out of batteries and I had to finish some of my vlogs with my cell phone. I'm going to tell you, this thing is fantastic, right? Really, really fantastic. Because once again, as you are recording and if the GoPro run out of battery, it's constantly being charged. I believe you're going to have at least a 2.8. I've seen guys claiming that about 2.8 the size of the battery here. So technically, this attached with this, it should give you about 3.8 batteries if you want to look at it that way. And again, it's going to be plenty enough for you to record the whole day. And I'm going to tell you, it's a pretty decent setup right here, right? It doesn't look too big. It looks like really, really nice. You could take it places and record with no issues. And again, I like the fact that I can control some of the stuff right here with my fingers. Another thing that I want to mention is right here. If you lift this up, obviously you're going to have your USB-C and you could be charging this setup as well. Down here in the bottom, you do have some threads to connect it to a plate, to a tripod, or something like that. And one last thing that I want to mention is that the camera actually rotates. So as you have it right here, if I go like this, you can see how the camera rotates. Obviously, you have that cable in there, so understand that the cable is going to wrap around, but it does turn and it does have really good positive control as it turns. So again, you could be recording with the controls in front of you, but if you want to rotate the camera, you could just rotate this instead of like rotating the handle.